Hello and welcome to the 30s Comedy Podcast with your hosts, Clint McKay.
Uncle Marcus.
Uncle Marcus. Today is episode 16, and we have a very special treat for you. We have probably everyone's favorite 30-year-old who works from home as our guest today.
Our very first guest.
First guest.
Very first guest on the show.
Mr. Skylar Niota.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hello, of course. Oh, pause, yeah. Pause. Been a Mountain Dew, Dean, D's nuts.
I feel so special just getting the full gamut of sound
That
effects.
was it.
Yeah. You should, because we never used them. So.
Yeah, but we're changing it up. How was your week, Marcus?
My week was good. I've been working a lot, so I'm just staying busy. I had a very boring week this week. Just work, sleep. That's it. How's yours?
Kind of similar.
Yeah.
I think it's just because we didn't go out and do something.
Yeah. It sucks
And that
too.
affects it.
You think about it, like in the long run, it's like, oh, you just wasted an entire week of your life.
It seems like it, yeah, when you don't do something planned.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It's all of it's necessary because we all have to work, but it's just like wasted an entire week
Yeah.
and do shit.
Do you feel like you wasted it?
Not waste. I mean, my week was pretty much the same as both of yours. It's pretty boring, but I wouldn't say it was wasted. I think I was pretty productive in other aspects, but I didn't really do much like outside of being at home either. I think I met up with some old friends on Wednesday, and that was about it. But not much going on.
Yeah. So, listeners, this is a new face you're seeing, obviously. So, why don't you introduce yourself? Say a little bit about yourself.
Oh, a little bit about myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, how old are you?
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, the theme of this podcast is life in your 30s.
Yeah.
How old are you, Skylar?
Hi, my name is Skylar. I'm 30 years old, and I like to party.
Oh. I am Clint. I'm also 30 years old.
And that's all you need to know about it. That should tell you everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, nice. What kind of partying do you like to do?
I like to sit on my couch and watch TV. I like to walk my dog. That's like some extreme partying right there. Sometimes I like to vacuum, but the vacuum's been broken, so the vacuum partied a little too hard.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand with the dog.
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't you say how you know us? Start with Clint, because you've known him longer than I have.
How do I know you? I've known Clint since I think we're 4, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
3
daycare,
or 4
daycare
different
age.
daycare.
Okay.
Once we both started kindergarten, we didn't go to daycare anymore. So there's a big chunk of time from then to like freshman year of high school.
Wait, daycare?
Yeah.
You guys were in the same daycare together?
Daycare.
I don't think I knew that.
How did you not know that?
I thought you guys met in school. Like you just were in the same
Daycare. It was
grades.
family friends, his family, the Marcos family, and like the memories that like we still remember like the toys we had back then, and specifically Happy Meal ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you guys go way back.
Because a big movie came out when we were
Aladdin.
that small. Aladdin
3.
3.
Oh,
King of
it was like
Thieves.
Aladdin. That was when
Aladdin
I was
three.
Aladdin 3. Straight to VHS.
Straight to VHS.
VHS movie. Yeah.
Never saw it.
I was always pissed at him as a kid because he had the one that I wanted from McDonald's because Susie McKay would always go hunting.
Who's Susie McKay?
His mother.
My mother.
Would go hunting for the toys for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a nice mom. Yeah.
Yeah, so we met then. Then once we started like actual school, we didn't see each other again until freshman year of high school. And
that's the story I know. So
Yeah.
like that's when you became friends. 'Cause
Yeah.
Before that, it was just
Yeah.
you were so you know who he was.
we were on the same football team, and we didn't know it at the time until like what was it after our first game? I think, and our
It
parents
was.
were
I
talking.
think it was during practice because I
practice,
remember.
yeah.
I remember standing there with my mom, and he was standing there with his mom. And they're both like, "You know each other."
And you're
I'm
like, you remember,
Oh,
you remember
okay.
Clint McKay from Christine's? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this is him. I was like, oh,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like,
cool.
"Oh,
Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Why I wouldn't know that then? Because
Yeah.
you guys didn't really know it until
You're
it was
in-
told to you.
you're in daycare.
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know that?"
You have no concept of anything at that age.
Yeah.
Other
And
than
then-
Happy Meal toys.
But like
Yeah.
I knew who his mom was because I had seen her maybe like a year prior because my sister had her.
Because she's a teacher.
Yeah, my sister had her, and my sister was a troublemaker in her class, so my parents would always have to go have parent-teacher meetings after school.
Oh, it's so
we-
awkward.
We should say that we all grew up in the same town.
Yeah.
You guys are there longer than I was, but your mom's a teacher, so that's how the kids know her, or she has a reputation.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's how I would describe my mom. She has this superpower because of teaching, where she can go somewhere and she knows someone there. Like she'll go anywhere in the world and she knows somebody.
Well, you meet so many parents.
Yeah, so it's parents.
so many kids.
She'll go on,
I hate to break it to you, but you kind of inherited that superpower as well.
and I have it too.
You know a lot of people too.
It's weird.
Yeah,
It is
It's weird
kinda
having
weird.
that too because I go somewhere. Even now, I'm like, how do I know this guy's name? Like, how do I know
Yeah.
your name? It's because of the power.
I have he's your friend now too, I guess, but JoJo was like that, where every time we go somewhere, somebody knows him.
but
Yeah.
JoJo's semi-famous, so that's
I would
understandable.
say he's semi-famous, but he
He's-
has a job to
he's
where
on-
he meets a lot of people and his face is on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
on TV regularly, so
Do people hear his
guess.
voice too?
All right, well, maybe he is kind of famous. I don't know.
semi.
But it is one of the same thing where he'll see, like, hey, he'll be like, hey, what's going on? Whatever, but he has no idea who he's talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun game when we eventually get him away from the person. And you're like, do you know who that is? Absolutely not.
I know.
And it's always the same like interaction too of like the same questions like what's been going on? That's what he says. It's just like those bullet point questions that you have to say to somebody each time you like in a small talk exchange.
Yeah, I feel like I've been pretty good at it lately. Last night at my other job, I dropped food off at a table, and this girl is like, Clint? And I'm like, Katie? And suddenly I realize, oh, this kid that I just dropped off food to is like that kid that you've seen on Instagram his entire life and is like 8 or 9 years old now. You've never met them. And it gave me
I
that
don't
kind
watch
of
little kids on Instagram.
His name's Katie.
where your friends have kids. And am I going to go to the kid's baby shower for an Instagram friend?
No,
No, I'm not going to go to baby
you
shower.
shouldn't go to baby showers ever.
So then the kid's born. I don't go to that, but you still follow them, and the algorithm still shows them and their family to you. Then
Yeah,
suddenly
okay.
you see them, and it was kind of like not a celebrity sighting, but it was like that's
Just one of
that
those.
kid.
Yeah.
No,
I usually always just skip past those things.
want to nod and
It was
smile.
okay. I was just impressed, but
Smile and wave.
it's more like I was more impressed with myself that I remembered who they were.
Yeah.
Somebody recognized me at work a few months ago, and he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to one of my fellow bartenders, and I forget how my name got mentioned, but he was like, "Oh, Marcus never smiles." 'Cause I if I'm working, I'm not like smiling. Usually, because I'm busy. And they're like, "Yeah, I've known about him for a long time." And the bartender's like, "What? Like, do you know him?" And it was like, "Yeah, I think yeah, he's from he went to Ayala High School and graduated this year." And I was like,
Whoa.
and I was like, "What?" I like stopped what I was doing because I was making drinks and stuff. And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, I know you." And I was like, "I don't know who you are."
Did you say that?
Well, yeah, because that doesn't happen to me like it happens to you all the time. You're saying
Yeah.
that does not happen to me. So I was like, I don't know.
You're just taken aback.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know who you are. I didn't do it in like a fuck you way. I was just like, I don't know who you are. And he was just like, oh, okay, but didn't say who he was or how he knew me.
Nothing?
So,
How'd you not
I
get
don't
info
know.
out
So
of
I was,
that?
I'm guessing he's one of my brother's friends, and because he had a lot of friends who. Remember we got that
I was
one
just
guy,
about to say the dude at
it wasn't him.
Splitsville.
Yeah, it wasn't him. But my brother had friends who would. I'd be like, they'd give me rides and stuff because they had my brother a ride to school, so they would drive us back and forth. But I didn't like talk to them or anything. It was just we're not the same kind of people. So I'm guessing that's who it was. But it was I was very taken aback. More taken aback by the fact he didn't say who he was
Yeah.
or how he knew me.
Because that makes you feel like, oh, they have all the power, kind of. Like,
Well, it's just awkward then. 'cause
that's how it feels, though. It's like,
Do you think your
I gotta have
response to
something.
him is what made him not introduce
maybe because
himself?
I was very not into it.
Yeah.
But
So it's
also,
like,
like-
why, it's like you basically dismissed him. So it's like, well, why would I introduce myself to you now?
oh,
To not make it awkward because that's why I was dismissed. He'd be like, "Hey, I'm like when that guy that was the bartender at Splitsville, and he was like, that dude was he like grabbed. We're at the me and him went to the bar, and we're at the bar top, and I'm like looking at a menu, and he was like, "You guys want some drinks?" What like you start the interaction,
Yeah.
and then he was like. He like grabbed my arms. Remember? He grabbed my arms. He grabbed my arms from behind the bar, like really aggressively, and was like pulling me closer. And he was like, "I know you, and I was like, "I don't." Okay, like and it was very
Aggressive.
but he
That's
was like,
assault.
but then he immediately said it was like, "I'm Chris's friend, Josh," and then like I knew, oh, I know you too.
Yeah.
And then I did know him. I remembered who it was. But if he hadn't said that, just me interacting with him, I probably wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
But that made it. Well, it was still kind of awkward. Why would you grab someone?
Well, thanks, homeboy, for hooking it up.
Yeah, he hooked it up. But I'm saying this dude should have said like, "Oh, I'm so and so.
Yeah,
That's how I know you." And I may have been like, "Oh, okay, like I remember we're in fucking chemistry." I don't know.
It just goes down to miscommunication or lack thereof.
Lack of communication.
Yeah, instead of trying to just go to second base.
Yeah, you're just immediately being a creep. And it was like, are you hitting on me? Like, because you know, you're saying like you know me and everything, but you just to not follow up with anything after that was like, all right, it's a little weird.
I
Yeah.
hate that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
go back to how you know Clinton.
Well, I think we're on to you now.
No. Go back to the high school years.
Oh, okay.
I wanna,
So we got reintroduced by our parents at practice at football. I think even before like the school year started. I think this was like still summer maybe.
Yeah, it was summer because I remember wearing
The practice jersey.
sleeveless
Yeah.
lawn shirt thing that still holds up.
The thing that I sleep in to this day.
Yeah, your sleep gown.
My sleep.
what's sleeveless?
So
shirt?
when you join football in high school, they give you a spirit pack, and it's basically like an Under Armour type shirt and shorts. And to this day, I still sleep in my freshman like
Spirit pack?
sleeveless shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, and my brothers,
It
all
held
work-
up 15, 16,
Yeah.
or however many years
all my
later.
brothers wore that one that I
Yeah.
had.
Do you guys have any pictures of you from back then?
Yeah, I actually
together?
just found one the other day.
Okay, we'll have to throw it up
throw it up.
on the video.
Yeah. We got reconnected, and then I can't remember. I think we had classes together freshman year.
I had a
It's been
couple
so long.
throughout high school.
Yeah,
But
it's
then-
been a long time.
Then I was going to Fullerton, and not knowing we were both going to Fullerton. So then
Which
we
is weird
saw-
because we hung out
yeah.
like every day, but neither of us, or we both failed to mention it.
I don't know that it worked
Wait,
out.
what? You both hung out together every day, but
We hung out every day at like lunch and stuff, and even like outside of school, like we hung out, like we went to movies and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. We had this same group of friends, and what else did we do? I don't know.
Yeah, it was weird enough to where walking into like intro to film, we were like,
I don't even remember
wait,
that.
what? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing?
We
here?
didn't know that we were both going to Cal State Fullerton.
you both just kept
Yeah.
kind of like running into each other.
Yeah,
No, because we
kinda.
were friends though.
but just running
But
in.
still,
though.
like you're still kind of like doing the same things.
Yeah,
Like you're just saying like the film class, like, oh, you're in the same class too. You didn't talk
Yeah.
about it beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, we knew prior to like our first day of college that we were going to school together because we talked about it over summer, but we didn't talk. We didn't know immediately because I remember distinctively like us having a conversation about like, oh, you're going to Cal State Fullerton? Oh, me too. I don't know if anyone else is going. I'm like, I'm going for film. What are you going for? I'm going for film too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, but like again, we hung out like every day. So the fact that we never talked about that previously is just
Oh, interesting.
ridiculous and jarring. Like,
Yeah, and like I think I remember having the feeling of why didn't we talk about our schedules? Why did I not do that?
because our freshman year of college, the first semester, we didn't have any class. I think we maybe had one class together because I had to take remedial math.
What was the class that I went with you guys to do that?
That was second semester of first year.
Freshman year?
Yeah,
Okay. And
that
what,
was,
what was that class?
TV production.
TV production.
3 camera.
Okay.
That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I still have all that footage to this day.
Oh,
Burn
Jesus
it.
Christ.
I don't have the means to play it. I don't have a tape anymore.
well, maybe we
Everything's all
can-
digital now.
Maybe we can screen grab some of it and throw up a photo. But
I don't know.
yeah, small sidebar.
Yeah.
I got to act in a little production for you guys for a short film or student film.
2 of them because you
Do
did
it.
one for me and one for him.
Okay, I don't
think-
remember. I
Yeah,
don't.
you did both.
Yeah.
I don't remember
do
the
both?
content that we had to act, but our other friend was there as well. But I just remember you. I don't even remember how you guys asked. Or like, you guys want to help us do like a short film project, and I was like, all right. And I think we got a bottle of vodka, and we were drinking. It was me and our. I'm not gonna say her name.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Yeah,
are
me
you
and
talking about
Yeah.
the night of
It wasn't a night. It was
No,
it was
no.
during the day.
the day?
It was
And,
like we were
oh!
shooting music videos.
You know what it was? I
Oh.
remember. Wait, what?
It was shooting music videos. The one with her was because Clint played the Eminem and Rihanna song for his music video, and it was you beating her, like
Wait,
fake
what?
beating her for acting wise.
This was a long time ago, guys.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do this today.
yeah,
But
but
Love the
even
Way You Lie one?
yes, that was the music video you were
I
creating.
do vaguely remember like
because we did
pulling out
multiple
my shirt.
we did multiple projects for that class, and one of them was I don't remember what I did for mine. We might have done that one together because then we had John or two other people on for another one where it was like a scripted thing.
I don't think I was there for that.
You weren't there for the scripted thing. It
Oh.
was two other
So
people.
the one that I do, my
Kristen?
only memory of that is getting there. We took the canyon
in my Mustang.
in your Mustang, and me and our friend, the other one that acted in it, were drinking like screwdrivers, but we were just drinking a bottle of vodka and orange
Ugh,
juice
yeah, I remember that.
in the back
Oof.
seat. And I don't remember anything about the project. I remember it wasn't a green room, but we were like
It was a big soundstage.
yeah, there was a studio, and then we were like back where they do like all the sound and everything. We're waiting our turn to go perform in it, and I was wearing a white shirt, and they're like, "You can't wear the white shirt; you're gonna get flushed out in the light." Like, well, I don't have another shirt. Or maybe I did have another shirt because I ended up changing to another shirt,
I don't remember like
and that's all I remember.
I don't remember because there was multiple projects in that class where like we both had to direct something and then we also were used. So like this might have been the one where this was both our project and one of us was on the floor with them and one of us was in the room.
Yeah.
I don't remember
I
exactly.
don't remember you guys being with us. It was us and then some other performers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a long time.
I mean, that was my acting.
But
debut.
you acted for me multiple times more for my
You
directing
did like
class.
home stuff. Like I remember
Yeah,
being
my
in
senior
your
year
house,
of
and, like,
college.
slamming the book and then running upstairs.
Roger Belfort.
Yeah.
Roger Belfort.
Yeah. That's the only thing I remember filming. But I do remember filming some stuff with you for school.
Yeah.
So you guys ended up going to film school together.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Obviously, intro to film, but like, how was that whole process?
I
And
mean,
did you guys have a lot of the same classes, or was just that first one?
no, we had a lot.
And then the
Most.
one that I just talked about.
I think like
Yeah.
every semester we had maybe one or two classes that we didn't share together. So like a senior year, for instance, like I took a directing class and he took something else. I don't remember
That's
what
the
he took though.
TV sitcom writing.
Oh, there you go.
And
yeah.
did you do screenplay writing?
Yeah, we did screenplay writing
Oh,
together.
okay.
That's when we had Posner.
We've talked about
Yeah.
that before in the screenplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we kind of had different angles, I think, on how we wanted to approach production. Like I was always like super camera oriented. I was into like the lighting and all that kind of stuff.
The
And-
crew stuff.
Yeah, the crew stuff, and even like directing actors and whatnot. And I think Clint was always more into like the writing aspect of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the whole like? I've thought about like recent years. Like we've talked about it, like me getting into production and stuff. And I mean, never say never, but like I've thought about like maybe going into film school or doing like some classes in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you feel after you both have your degrees in what is it exactly?
Film production
Film production,
or
You're the
radio,
same?
TV, film, emphasis in production.
Yours the same thing.
I don't know if I had an emphasis.
Well, it's
But
like what
it's the
you
same
took
thing.
more classes of. So yours would probably be more writing.
Maybe writing.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the biggest takeaway from film school?
That
Or just
the
after
only
getting through the
yeah.
other side and being like, what does it feel like afterwards?
that I needed a really good internship. Didn't get one.
Yeah.
Didn't get a really good one.
Yeah.
And that the only thing that I could do with no money is write.
Yeah.
So it's
That's what you do
it.
now.
And USC has a better film school. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, they do.
UCLA
Well,
has
yeah,
a better one.
they do.
They
It's
get the
also,
jobs.
Only went to
times
Cal
as
State
much.
Fullerton because Chapman didn't accept me.
And they get the jobs too.
What about you, Skylar? Because you did a little bit of work afterwards.
Yeah. I kind of pride myself and Clint as well as, a lot of people that we graduated with didn't do much after.
Right.
They kind of graduated and then just did something else. Clint and I both worked in the industry for many, many, many years after college.
What did you do?
I worked on a lot of movie sets, a lot of music video sets, and then I got into casting, and I was a session director for that.
What'd you do on the sets? What was your main job?
I was just a PA.
Okay.
Or a coordinator sometimes too.
What exactly does a PA do?
A PA is basically the...
They just do kind of like whatever needs to be done.
The bitch work, for lack of a better term.
They're the ones that like run around.
Yeah, the ones doing all the heavy lifting, and they're on set. First one's on set, last one's off set.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then in casting, what did you do?
Casting, I was a session director, so when actors and actresses would come into their auditions, I'd be the one directing them in their scene.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It was cool. Yeah, that was a good gig. I got to work with a lot of cool people, be on a lot of fun projects. Yeah, I would do that again. That was really fun.
I was just gonna ask, would you ever go back into casting or just like production in general?
Yeah, definitely. If the timing was right, then yes.
So I think you'd be good in there.
Yeah, because you met some cool people doing the casting job.
Yeah, they told me, they not showed me, but like made me realize that I feel like I would best be suited as like a producer on like a set.
I was just gonna say that.
I feel like that's my niche right there.
That's something that I kind of want to do. Like we've talked about. Like I think I can get into producing. And I've had that feedback relayed back to me as well. It's like that may be something you're good at. But I was gonna say about you too, because you're really good at talking to people.
Yeah.
And like making connections that like I think you'd do well if you went back.
I think I would too. Producing was something I never thought about like in college. Like I was always like, I want to be a cameraman. I want to be a cinematographer, stuff like that. But once I started working in the industry and I was a cameraman, like, I realized like producing I think is my real thing. Because like producers make or break a production. Clint can attest to this. Him and I worked on the same production once where we had the absolute worst producer in the world. We call him Gerald. It wasn't his actual name.
Can you say his real name?
I don't remember what his real name was. But this guy, so Clint and I worked on opposite days. So
before we say that, what was the production?
I don't remember what it was.
Was it
Typical Rick? Yeah, I think it's Typical Rick. Which is it's a web series that was for Comedy Central.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I don't know how
it was pretty funny, surprisingly.
Accessible it is to get it though.
Well, now
where you can find
Comedy
it.
Central's kind of
I don't know where you'd find it. Even before that, I don't know where it would be.
Yeah. Honestly, the final product was pretty funny. Like I was pleasantly surprised with it. But Clint and I worked on opposite days of that production. I think it was like, so I was like a Monday, he was like a Tuesday, I was a Wednesday, he was a Thursday, and then I think we both worked on Friday. Something like that. Okay. And this guy was just the worst. Like he would come up to us and be like, hey, like us being PAs, like, hey, you guys need to go do this, this, and this, or go get more water. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I can go get more water. Do you have money for me to go pay for the water for everyone on set? He's like, no, I got to pay for rent this month. I don't have any money for it. You got to go pay for it. Yeah, like shit like that. What the hell?
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Are all PA?
Monks.
So that guy was the director, producer?
He was the producer.
They're not all like that, are they?
No. But that's what I'm saying is that like a producer can make or break your experience.
Right. So you were saying
on a production.
Yeah, because they're kind of not the head of everything that's going on, but like they're the face almost. Where like they're talking to everybody.
Think of it as like a manager. They're the manager of everything. Like producers and directors are kind of like they coincide with each other. So the director is in charge of everything that's happening on set while the camera is rolling. The producer's the person that's handling everything off camera in kind of the same capacity. So, like we're technically PAs aren't supposed to associate with like the director or anything, but like the director on that shoot was so cool that like I don't know how he was with you, but like he was super cool with me. Like he would always pull me aside and talk to me and stuff. He brought me behind a camera and like would shoot. I could shoot with him and stuff. So he was super cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool because he let us be in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he let us act in it as well.
Yeah. Do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You had kind of a similar experience working in production.
Well, and because that That set was the one where is Nick Swartzen from all the Adam Sandler movies, and Chris D'Elia was on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, this is it.
And Nick Goosen was the director who directed Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's super cool, dude.
It was so cool.
And him and I bonded specifically because at that time Nintendo did like a thing with Vans, so they released a lot of Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I bought a bunch of those.
So the Zelda slip-ons that I would always wear, my Mario
Didn't
hat.
we buy those together?
Yeah, he had the same stuff, so him and I would roll up to set on this wearing the same stuff, and so that's how we bonded.
Yeah, I bought a few of those Nintendo Vans slip-on.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Vans was doing
Star Wars and
Marvel?
and
they would have like a new theme.
So cool.
Every couple, like they had Jungle Book ones.
They did Harry Potter at one point.
Yeah. Are they still doing that?
I don't know. I haven't kept up.
Yeah, that's a yes.
None of us really wear Vans that often.
Caesar's
anymore.
shaking his head. Yes, they are.
They do? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember like every day it was just Vans.
Yeah.
Like I'd always wear Vans.
I have my Star Wars ones in the trunk of my car at the moment, actually.
So you keep them close at all times.
I know I was taking stuff from my parents' house, and that was the last load that I took.
Was the Vans?
Yeah. The ones that I don't wear, they just stay in the box.
Yeah, all of my Vans are in the box.
Specifically those specialty Vans.
Yeah, because the boxes are nice.
Yeah.
They're like
Oh,
themed
yeah.
boxes. So I have like
The Zelda ones look like a old Nintendo.
I had to move them today to get to another box of books that I have because I wanted to go through my books. And I had to move my Vans to get to the box, but I have stacks. I think it was like 10 boxes, I think, 10 or 11 boxes of Vans that all have themed Vans in them.
Yeah.
Some are not even worn. I have Disney, like Mickey Mouse ones that I've never worn before.
I forgot you bought those.
Yeah. And it's just like, why
Yeah, I don't
why
see
do
you
have
wearing
these?
those.
No. I don't know why I bought them either.
Even the Star Wars ones, like I put some wear and tear into some of those, but like I only wear those on like if it's like a movie premiere or something. Or,
That's the last
think
time
that's
I wore
last
the
time.
Star Wars ones. I have the A New Hope ones where
When
it's the movie poster, but it's like split between the two shoes.
yeah.
Yeah, and I wore them to see the
Force Awakens, I think.
Yeah, that's the first of the new ones.
Yeah,
I
in
wore
2015 when that I think it was the last time.
that. Yeah, me and then my other friend Jasmine. You guys are. We both wore those Vans, and that was the last time I wore those Vans.
Yeah, I haven't worn mine since either.
Because that's when Star Wars died for me.
6 years ago.
Oh, anyway. Okay, so we've talked about how you know Clint and
Yeah.
everything. Talk about how you know me.
Yeah. How did you guys
How
meet?
did I meet Marcus? So Marcus and I know each other from my sister. Marcus used to work with my sister, and he used to come around when I was like 13 and he was like 16. They had their first job together. And then when I turned 16, I got a job at their job.
Were you that young? 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, before we jump ahead,
okay.
I didn't just come around. Like I was
No,
friends
yeah.
with your sister.
Mhm.
We became very good friends.
Yeah, he would be invited to family events and
Yeah,
everything.
right.
Like, I mean, you met like all my grandparents. You've been
Yeah.
you spent holidays with us. Like, I have pictures on my phone from you in like 2008
Yeah.
at like Christmas or whatever, you know?
Right. We became close, me and your sister, to where it was like, okay, you're like kind of part of the family.
Yeah.
We do the holidays,
But
dinners and stuff. and
we
whatever.
never really like talked much.
No, he was too young.
Yeah.
But it's a
During
big
those
age
times.
gap when you're that age.
So
I
once
think I was 17, I think, because that's when I first met Ashley. So
well, yeah, maybe. Ashley was 16. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Because you're
year
4
older.
years older than me.
and no 17-year-old turning 18, whatever. I was still. That's like when I met Ashley. Is hanging out with a 13-year-old.
Yeah, no. And I
Yeah,
was.
sounds weird.
That's a huge age gap.
I
in
wouldn't
that
want to
age.
hang out with my 13-year-old self either, so it's okay.
Right. Yeah, you were a different person back then.
Yeah.
Little shithead. Fun fact before you keep going.
No, go ahead.
He used to ruin our experiences. He'd be the tattletale. They're drinking. They're out going to hookah bars.
Hookah bar?
I don't even remember that.
It happened.
I believe you. I
often.
just don't remember. only reason I think I did that was because Ashley was mean to me.
I think because you probably wanted to go, or you probably wanted to be involved.
Want to
in
go to the
some way.
hookah bar?
Probably.
You probably wanted to hang out with the older kids. They're like, "Fuck you, little shithead."
My sister was so mean to
So
me
you
back
told your
then.
mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really remember you that much from that age, other than that you were just like a little kid.
Yeah, I don't remember you from that age either.
I don't remember like not liking you except for that stuff but I'd be like, he's just a fucking child, so
Yeah.
whatever. But anyway, go on.
Yeah. So when I turned 16, I got a job at the restaurant we all worked at, which was Mimi's Cafe, and that's when I think you and I became close. I don't remember like the instant moment of like, oh hey, you're cool, I'm cool, let's make this happen. But I just like remember like a slow, gradual thing happening of like you starting to hang out with me more than hanging out with Ashley, and yeah, and
I don't know how it happened either.
I don't know, but people started noticing. I remember Ashley being like, "Why are you stealing my friend?"
Oh,
Yeah.
it was weird, and I don't know. It was strange because I did already. It wasn't like I knew who you were, and you knew who I was.
Yeah, but we had never
Yeah.
bonded over anything before, and I legit just I look back and I can't remember what it was, like the defining moment that connected us.
Right.
I just can't because you wouldn't have trained me or anything because I was a host and you were a server.
Right.
So I mean, I remember you training me as a server eventually, but that was
I
years
never.
later.
You always say that.
You did.
I may have gone over some stuff with you outside of. I didn't actually train you. You had like I'd be like, hey, here's what's
Okay.
Here's this, and this. When you do your training,
Okay, maybe that was
you need
it.
to know that.
Maybe
stuff.
that was it.
Yeah, I never actually trained you because I was not.
But yeah, I like maybe Pokemon was like something we talked about already.
Yeah, that was a big thing back
because
then.
I remember us playing Pokemon a lot and us, getting
Do
the
you
dual
re-
games every time.
You remember? You bought me a Pokemon game.
Yeah, I bought you
We talked about it
Platinum.
a lot. Yeah, and then it was before Black and White came out, and I remember you being at my house, and we were in my dad's room at the time on a computer. We were looking up like leaked Pokemon.
I do remember.
Yeah,
this.
do you remember that? And we were like, "Oh, that's okay. That's that one." And we were looking at all the like, "Oh, these are all the Pokemon. They were
Yeah.
that's all leaked."
They all ended up being wrong.
Yeah, it was all wrong.
Wow.
But we were all pumped
We
about
were like,
it.
"Oh, that one looks cool. That one looks cool. This
Yeah.
one looks cool too." And then it ended up being none of them are the right
Yeah.
ones.
I don't. Yeah. What was? It was either black or white or X
was-
and Y. I don't
it was
remember.
black
Whichever
and
one
white.
came first.
Black and White came first, so
Okay.
it was those ones that were like. That's probably the earliest memory I have. Even then, I'm sure that's not the first time I hung out. But
No,
like, that's
no.
one of the early memories that I have.
Because I remember us having we were both on break at Mimi's, and it was before Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out, and we were talking to our friend Jose Cruz.
It wasn't before that because you bought me that.
No, I bought you Platinum, and you
But then-
took back Platinum to get this one. Yeah, which is fine, totally fine, because Heart Gold and
was a
Soul
better
Silver
option.
are the best Pokemon games to this day. I don't care what anyone says. That is the perfect Pokemon
No
game.
one's gonna fight you.
But so we were talking.
No one in this room. Yeah, you're
We were both on break, and we were talking to Jose Cruz, who has passed. And we were both asking, was like, "Hey, Jose, which one would you get? Like, would you get Heart Gold or Soul Silver?" And the way he talked was very. I'm not gonna.
flamboyant. He's just flamboyant.
He's very
dude.
flamboyant. I'm not gonna try to impersonate him.
Good idea, because I'm probably gonna clip it if you do.
Yeah, great dude. But he said that, oh, I'm more about the soul, so I would get the Soul Silver. And Mark was like, oh, cool, me too. So I'm gonna get Soul Silver. And I said, cool, great, I'll get Heart Gold. And that's how we
I
decided.
don't remember that at all, but that's a nice way to settle like what to get. It was like about the soul.
Yeah.
So it has soul.
He had a
in
very
the
like
name.
deep meaning.
He was very like
What's the word?
crystals.
Yeah, he,
Oh. I don't
super
know.
cool dude.
Yeah, what, like holistic. I don't know.
What did he do when it got to Ruby and Sapphire?
He
He
passed,
passed
shortly
away,
after
but- Yeah, he
after this
did.
conversation.
Ouch.
Yeah, Clint.
Yeah.
Good way to be respectful.
Am I asshole today?
Nah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, so we became friends at I almost said BJ's at Mimi's.
Ooh, Freudian slip.
And,
you can't
BJ's.
think about anything but This man loves
He
BJ's.
loves BJ's. Like
And I'm not talking about blowjobs, although he probably
Yeah.
loves that too.
BJ's.
He loves the
brew house.
brew house.
Brew house.
Oh, yeah, because you wouldn't know.
BJ's brew house.
BJ's.
Some with the Jeremiah Red.
mid, such a mid place. It's got some good stuff though. I'll
Yeah,
always sell that.
it's basic as fuck, but I enjoy it. It is
Yeah.
what it is. If I live in suburbia, it's the best place to go
yeah,
for suburban areas.
that's a good answer.
So it's okay. What?
5 points for suburbia.
5
You're right.
points.
That's a good way. If you're a suburban guy and that's
Yeah.
your thing,
I don't want to be a
place.
suburban guy. That's
Well,
just what
that's
it
up
is.
to you to fix that.
Anyways, So we started hanging out a lot, and then one year we started doing like all those midnight movie premieres.
Oh yeah,
2011.
11 was the year.
Yeah.
2011.
What was the first one we did?
I don't remember what the first
what
one.
came
Clint
out
knows the
first?
whole like.
Spider-Man
The
3
lineup.
maybe?
No, that was
Ooh, no.
2007.
Because I did that. It was with people from Mimi's. Maybe it was before you then.
That was
Yeah,
before.
no. Us was like Fast Five.
Ooh,
That was not me.
You were there.
it was
Fast Five.
Well,
You came.
that was during summer it would have been
never seen
Deathly
Fast
Hallows
Five.
Part 2,
Mhm.
Harry Potter. It would have been Thor.
The first one. Captain
First
America.
Thor.
I've never waited in a movie premiere for Fast and the Furious.
Okay, maybe
'Cause
you
I
skipped
don't-
that
It
one.
I don't
would have
watch
been
those.
It would have been.
The other
It would have
ones.
been
Oh, maybe it was Harry
Deathly
Potter.
Hallows,
Harry Potter probably.
Thor, Captain America 1.
It wasn't Thor because I didn't watch that.
Pirates of
with
the
you guys.
Caribbean 4.
I watched that with you guys.
Thor was with
Because
John.
you brought your whole crew from
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Or you were with the crew
yeah,
was
I
there.
brought the Chick-fil-A.
And then,
and then that's when I was like, who the fuck are all these?
Fast
people?
5 also came out.
Didn't
that
we
year.
leave? Hold on, before we go farther. At the
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean premiere, didn't we leave?
Yeah,
me,
me-
you, and Lauren.
No, it was me, you, and Kristen.
I thought it was Lauren.
No, Kristen was with us, not Lauren.
I thought we ended up leaving because we're like, these people are idiots.
No, it was me,
Losers.
you, and Kristen. I remember distinctly.
Which one did Lauren come to? He was at one of them.
I don't remember.
It had to be that one.
No, Lauren wasn't with us for that. It was
Because it was
Kristen.
after work one day because we were all in the black shirts and the black pants.
I don't ever remember Lauren coming with.
Was there a
with
turf
us.
war? Was there a turf war between Chick-fil-A and Mimi's people?
There was
No,
only
it
three
was-
of us. It wasn't a turf war, but we were just behind you guys or in front of you guys.
The
I don't
Chick-fil-A.
remember.
No
And
offense to the Chick-fil-A people, but they were just fucking weird.
They were losers. And I was
Whoa,
listening to the
whoa,
conversations
whoa,
and I
whoa.
was like,
How
these guys are...
Besides you and
losers.
John.
They'd just be like, there was
How?
that one dude with the insane laugh. They just kept laughing.
Harvey?
Harvey.
And I was like,
God.
I've got to get out of here. Like, they're ruining what would be... Yeah, they're ruining what
Oh
would be
my
like,
God.
I just want to watch a movie.
Yeah.
And they won't shut the fuck up.
Man.
And their conversations are not funny.
No.
They're just being idiots. And so I think...
And the worst
Wow.
part about back then was that we had to wait in line with them for hours before.
Okay, so here's why I know that it was after work, because we didn't wait in line. You had saved us a spot.
'Cause
You
I
saved him a
did.
spot, because I don't know if we were friends yet. And you saved a spot for us, because we were coming from work. You were with them. I came with Lauren. You were already with
It wasn't
them.
Pirates 4 because Kristen was with us for that. I distinctly remember her being
Whatever.
there.
It was somebody was there. It was Lauren for sure. It was some movie then. But I'm thinking that was my first exposure to the fucking...
It was probably Harry Potter.
The
No,
filth.
it wasn't
Not
Harry
playing.
Potter.
The filth?
Yeah.
It wasn't Harry Potter
What
because
is
we saw
happening
Harry
today?
Potter with Rebecca and Heather, and that's when you were reading the last book out
I
loud
read
in
half,
line.
I read the back half in line.
Anyway,
'Cause
we
I
ended
was
up-
sitting there for hours.
We ended up leaving
Waiting
to go get it.
around.
Like we went to the sushi place next door
Uh-huh.
for a drink, and we're like, "All right, we can go back now." We just had one of those things where like we just got off work. These people are fucking crazy. They're really being really annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my
They're
God.
ruining this experience. Should we just go home? No, they already bought the tickets, so we have to watch the movie. It
Yeah.
was one of those things.
No, it's all good.
Wow.
It's,
Yeah,
it's all good.
What a tell all.
But you know, before.
I'm pretty sure I've told you that before.
No,
that
I had
those
no
people were
idea.
insane.
Oh yeah, he hated them. He
Sorry.
wouldn't. He wouldn't
Okay.
come sometimes because he disliked those people so much.
But not you.
Yeah.
And look where we are now today. I'm just sitting across from you.
Like exclude
Wow.
you and John
Yeah,
from that.
That's yes, because that's probably why we were there. Was because of them, you
Yeah.
guys. Otherwise, why would
Because then when Jake
Would I
worked
be
there,
there?
he would bring his own like crew of Chick-fil-A rejects too.
cohorts?
Rejects.
Is this offending you? Are you?
Sorry.
Do you feel like tied to these people today?
No.
Do you not understand?
But I didn't have
Do you not understand-
animosity
Do you not
against
understand where
Mimi's people.
someone like me?
I just feel like there's some
It's because
kind of
Mimi's
weird...
people were cool.
Were they though?
Okay.
Oh yeah, were they? What were they doing in cars that night? What were they doing?
Fucking and drinking.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what to
sucking
tell you.
toes.
Yeah, we weren't-
Oh,
they were
boy.
sucking toes.
Oh boy.
You heard it here tonight.
That's a story for another podcast. But let me tell you this. Let me ask you a question. Everything you know about me today, can you understand why I would not want to be around those people? Or why I would feel that way about them?
Well, about around any people.
I'm talking about these ones.
The subtle way of changing the subject.
About all
Okay, yes or
people,
no?
I
No?
guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
sure, yeah.
We're moving on.
Anyways,
Just
so
had no-
before
had no response.
before those
Just
movie
attacked
premieres,
tonight. Wow, I had no idea.
before those movie premieres, that I don't remember like the shit that we used to do to hang out. I mean, I can remember some things.
Because I don't remember because it was all before alcohol for me.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I
I
mean,
have
even
no
for me
idea.
too. Like him and I
think I was
drinking.
like 21. 'Cause obviously, I went and got a beer. He was
Yeah,
still
I couldn't go do that.
Yeah.
18, 19.
And I was it's because I was with all these. It was like my hardcore Christian time
Mm-hmm.
where I was very
Dark days.
in the straight edge Christian bubble. Yeah, I could see why you wouldn't
Yeah.
like them because of that. Because they were all kind of like that. Even the
Yeah, they were
people,
just-
well,
okay,
because
I'm being kind
the
of
culture,
harsh.
well, the culture of Chick-fil-A
To be fair.
itself is
To be
like,
fair.
like even if you're like the hard, oh, let's not hang out with them, let's get a beer.
Yeah.
You're like surrounded by these people who are all like the people who work there so that they get have Sunday off. So that creates the weird culture. Even though like I was there and like still we'd go to like Disneyland or to the beach on
Yeah.
Sunday. But it does have that more than anywhere else, I think.
Again, to be fair, like I said, I was being harsh, I guess, before, but also it's like
They were weird.
that's also subjective. It's like that group of people is not what I'm a part of. And I wasn't ever like, fuck these people, let's go get a drink. We would just leave. It wasn't like, you suck, your laugh
No.
is ear splitting, your sense of humor is shit. We just would not, I'd be like, this is very annoying.
No disrespect
And so we would leave.
at all. Just they would just excuse themselves from their presence.
Yeah, just like, I don't want to be a part of this, so I'm not going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But yeah, I mean it's all good. I mean,
It is what it is.
we
It
ended
is
up
what it is.
we
They all
ended up
had a
not
good time.
hanging out with all them.
Yeah.
Like not long after that, you know, like that's kind of when we like started bringing John around and stuff, and then it was just kind of like our foursome group from there on out.
Yeah, I'm sure they all had a good time at the movies, and good for them. And I enjoyed the movie too when I wasn't being distracted.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's how we kind of started hanging out, and then
Yeah, I don't
know. I felt like things went like really fast.
They did. I don't remember like the things that I mean, I vividly remember like us hanging out like every day, but I can't.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we would do.
Nothing. Go to like Target and walk around, Frankenstein's
Yeah.
every
Well,
week.
that's the thing. Like, yeah, I don't.
It's just when you're younger,
I don't
like
remember.
you don't like. Because I was able to drink, but I was still very young. Like I was 21, so like I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't drinking that much back
No.
then.
Well,
Well, I mean, not around like us
gonna
or
say
me specifically.
I wasn't drinking a lot. I wasn't.
No.
Um,
Guess yeah, like I feel like we would just like play video games a lot. Like specifically me and you before like John and Clint started coming around.
yeah.
And we would hang out with like some of the girls from Mimi's too.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of toe sucking.
That's all I have against all the
And
memories. That's the only one.
Against,
I really remember.
I'm not ashamed by that.
And get into some
I'll
weird
tell the
shit.
story when people bring it up. Wait, what did you just say?
I said and get into some weird shit.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff that we used to do. But yeah, and then
5 points for Gryffindor.
5 points for weird shit.
for weird shit. Yeah, I feel like everything happened really quickly, and then like we've gone on trips and stuff to like Disney World,
Yeah. Hawaii.
Hawaii,
New
New York. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
I did want to ask you something.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
This question's for you. I guess you can answer this question too. It is kind of a deep question, and if you don't have an answer, it's fine. But I wanted to ask you, who are some of your heroes? How do they inspire you?
Oof. That is a deep question.
Yeah. If you have any heroes, and it's fine if you don't.
It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of subjective, I guess. Wouldn't really say I have like a hero or people that I look up to in that way. Like I would say like my dad would be like my hero. I think with his flaws and everything, he raised me well and he raised my sister well and he was a good dad and he provided and he's a good husband, like my parents have been married for a long time now. So in regard to that, like in people like who inspire me would be him, like just to inspire me to live like a happy life. If we're talking about like professional wise, like Christopher Nolan, I love him. He's my favorite director. So him and Wes Anderson, they inspired me. They inspired me to want to get into film to begin with. I don't know. There's more. This is I don't know. I can't think of
That's how
anything
I
off
wanted
the-
to be. It was like off the top of your head, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. It is a hard question.
You know, some of my teachers too inspire me. Like, I look back and like I think I was a pretty decent teenager. Like, I mean, it could have been a lot worse, but you know, those teachers who recognize shitty attitudes from kids and you know are still good teachers and still get their job done and still can make a impact in their lives. I think that's something to commend as well. Like,
Do you think you had a shitty attitude as a kid?
No, depending on the age, yeah. But regardless, I think there's just some teachers out there that, you know, regardless of if I was a shitty kid, they had to deal with shitty kids and, you know, they're still like our French teacher, for instance, like, you know, he was cool as shit. Like, regardless of if the kid was being a dick or not, like, he always came in with a good attitude. You never saw his, like, his dark side. Maybe Marcus once, but
I have a different.
But
If
for
I've had the
lack
same
of a
French
better
teacher that he's
example-
talking about, and we have a different relationship than they have.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's all I was gonna say.
Okay. And I'm not going to talk about that.
No. No
It's-
names,
Because
no names.
I was
It
just
doesn't need to
wondering
come
if
out.
you were like a kid, like if you remember like a specific grade or time when you like got in trouble more often or something. Because like for me as a kid, I'm not saying I was the best kid, but I didn't get in trouble too much. Also avoided it because I was gonna get in trouble, and I hated getting in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't get in trouble much like in school. Or I've never been grounded before. Like, you know, the best part about being a younger sibling is that you learn the lessons that your older sibling makes. You don't have that luxury since you're the oldest.
Yeah.
But for me, you know, I watched my sister do stupid things when she was in like high school and stuff. So I learned from that. I was like, oh, hey, if I don't do this, this, and this, I'll be good. So, you know, my parents let me go to like the high school parties that we had, or let me go do stupid things like, hey, just let us know where you're at. Cool. I can easily send you that text. I'll let you know where I'm at.
You said this, this, and this. It's more than 3 things.
I know.
That's a long list.
I know, but you know.
The way you phrased that though, the way you phrased it, you're like, I'll tell you where I'm at. Me, I'm like, no, you can't know anything about what I'm doing because I'm with people you won't like. I'm doing stuff you won't like,
Yeah.
and you won't like anything that's happening.
And
I have
there's
to
no
make this
Bibles
all
are
up.
gonna be there.
There's no Bibles. The juice is spiked. You won't like this.
Yeah. But, you know, that's just, we're just raised differently that way. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. My parents instilled a lot of trust into me. And I did my best not to break that trust because, you know, there's no point. It's like, I'd rather just be honest about shit than lie to them. There's no point to. Man.
I didn't do anything. It was boring.
You ever get in trouble in class or?
No, I was very much the silent one. Did my work, went home. Like, I didn't have friends really either, so there wasn't nothing. I just wanted to get out of there. That was every day. I don't know if it was just my personal high school experience or just my high school, but I hated high school because, even like junior high too, because I hated being treated like a child. Like, even today, like if someone talks down to me or thinks like I'm at my intelligence at a certain level where they have to explain something to me, it's like someone was talking about hedge funds the other day, and they're like, "Oh, blah 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 blah." Hedge funds came up, and what a hedge fund is, and I was like, "I know what a hedge fund is. Like, why would you just assume I don't know what you're talking about?" And like high school for me was a lot of that, or they just thought you were stupid or a kid. Like a lot of my teachers thought I was stupid, or they would talk to you like, "Well, did you do the thing?" And it's like, why are you talking to me that way? I'm not a fucking infant, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I just kind of wanted to get out of there all the time. And because I had no, like, and I didn't have any friends, so I didn't really want to be there anyway. I was getting there away from my video games and my books.
Oh.
So I didn't get in trouble at school I can't think of any time I actually got in trouble at school of any kind of like discipline or anything or like.
I got a detention once when I was a freshman in high school, and
Yeah,
that was
never had
because
that.
that was because my book got stolen at a football game, and my teacher gave me a detention for not having the book in class.
Stupid.
Yeah. So one time I got a detention.
Yeah. At home, I'd only get in trouble if I didn't perform like to my dad's standards, like either like academically, because I didn't play sports. So like if I didn't get what he thought was a good grade, evaluation, whatever, then I would get punished. But I didn't do anything like disciplinary. Like, oh, I beat the shit out of my brother. Yeah. Even though we did do that, but he didn't care. He was just kids. They can do what they want. You know, I was a good kid.
Nice.
Did you have any questions you wanted to ask him? Did we hit everything?
So, do you have any pet peeves that you just started having since you were 30?
Pet peeves. Yeah. Oh, man. I really, really hate when people like come into my personal bubble. Like,
They're too close to you?
yeah. Like, it's not even being too close. It's just like just because I'm having a conversation with you, I don't need you to be like half a foot away from my face, you know? Like, that's a real big. I don't like when people touch me. I mean, but that's not
Certain people.
That's certain people. Certain people, it's fine. If like, you know, like if I like grab like Clint's shoulder or something, like if someone does that to me, like that's if Clint does that to me or you do that to me, that's fine.
Yeah.
If someone else does that to me, like odds are.
I think I've seen you do that before. Someone has like put hands on you, but not even like an aggressive way, and you're like,
Yeah, I just don't like being touched. Like it's just jarring. Like it's like why? What's the purpose here?
Yeah, 'cause that's a good one because I think in my 20s it wouldn't have affected me, but now it's like I don't know what it is. I just get so. Oh, are you serious?
I have a pet peeve that I don't know if I've shared this with people before. Did we do pet peeves on here? Or that was just between us?
Yeah, we kind of shoot over it sometimes.
It's kind of a stupid one, but when it's raining outside and it's not raining hard, it's like a drizzle or like in between drizzling and raining hard, like that, whatever that is, whatever that scale is. When people put on their windshield wipers like on the full blast, I don't know why that bothers me. But you'll see cars where like it's on the highest setting.
It just looks ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just like week, and you're like, what are you doing? It's not even
California.
Yeah, it's not even raining that hard.
In that
ridiculous.
in that same vein, like when people wear like a mask when they're in the car by themselves.
Oh,
yeah, that's a very new.
that's a
pet peeve.
COVID.
Yeah,
pet peeve.
but you know, if it's your own car and you're in there by yourself,
It is
that's
so,
ridiculous.
I don't know, because I've talked to people today like that I work with that still wear their masks, and they're just like, I just don't want anyone like it's less interaction with. I don't want them to see their face, or it's like one of those things where like don't come up to me.
And that's totally fine. Like I respect that, but in your own car
I know.
by
I don't get it.
yourself,
I don't.
that's the
that
issue.
doesn't help.
That's like
stop
that should
any
be like your
spread.
safe space in there. It's
Yeah.
like that. That's like the non
that's
quarantine
like
bubble.
That's like when you hold your breath to run to your car, and then you're inside, and like, all right, we're good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what other pet peeves do I have.
All right. Well, so another thing could be, is there something that you're too old for this shit? I'm
Yeah.
too old for
Oh,
this shit.
I was gonna say no. There's not.
I'm too old to stay up until 2:00 in the morning drinking.
There it is.
We, especially with Clint and I, we've had abundance of times where we stay out later than we should with people that aren't usually the best influences. And him and I talk about it the next morning because we live together. And yep, it's just, you know what? It's just we're too old to be doing that.
Yeah, because staying up late, no matter what, no matter who's going to be there, no matter who you go with, the idea of staying up late is to keep drinking
And get laid.
and get laid. That is always, no matter what, no matter if it's like all dudes and you're straight.
Yeah.
You're still
There's
gonna get
always,
laid.
no, there's always a thought. No, it's true. It's true. Because your thought is still, hey, maybe my gay friends could hook it up with their girlfriends.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they
Or
could
their
do
sister.
it. That's still back there.
I feel like one
or
of
their
you just
sister.
told me a story about that recently.
We probably did.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like it's always there. It's always in the back, no matter what's going on. There was a party. I gotta stop going. So I didn't go to this one, but it's these people of the other restaurant that we hang out with sometimes. Who they had a party where the ratio of girls to guys was so low and
I
skewed.
think it was neither of us went to this.
None of us went. We didn't go.
We heard about it.
It was so skewed.
It was 2 to like 15.
That the girls started charging for making out.
And these girls walked away with like $1,000.
How old are these people?
In their 20s.
No, anywhere from like 21 to like 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They were charging dudes to make out with them?
Yep.
No, they're the girls. Yeah,
Like a kissing booth?
yeah. I guess this is what we heard. Like how ridiculous is
$1,000.
that?
So they're entrepreneurs. Is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
Good for them. Would you have paid
Yes.
to do that?
Fuck no.
No, but that's why they paid. Because regardless of what's going on, if you're staying up that late, the idea is that you're going to
Yeah.
get some.
Yeah.
So
they're gonna go
if
do
you,
it.
Okay, if this was 2 a.m,
Oh, it's probably later than that.
this was 4 a.m.
What time do you think they started charging?
I would say 3. Nothing good happens
3 in the
after.
morning?
I would say
Had to be
nothing good
after
happens
3.
after 2. There has to be some kind of like leeway into that. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That's a How I Met Your Mother thing.
Uh-huh.
Because
Well,
it happens after 2. It's
yeah.
true.
It's true.
I usually say midnight instead of 2, just because that's when it starts going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well,
I can do midnight. Midnight's fine. 1 o'clock is like the cutoff. Like I want to be in bed by 1 o'clock. Late.
but that's what I'm
absolute
saying. It's like
latest.
that's when it starts
Yeah.
to like.
Well,
As soon as
because-
you want to leave on a
yeah.
high. You don't want to leave in
Yeah.
like desperation or that like I want something to happen tonight because it could happen, but could also not happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't ever want to get to that point unless you already know for sure that's gonna like you have an arrangement, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like after 12, it's like just go home.
And I'll tell you this: no amount of sex is worth the way that you feel the next morning after everything that you drank that night,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get laid. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
There's no way.
not
There's
worth
no
it.
way it's good. But the reason why it goes till 2 or 3 is because they're probably at a place that's open till 1.
Because they're able
So
to.
that's why they keep going, because they're like, oh, this must be great. We can go to a place where we don't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
They've got a full fridge of it.
And then
if
someone
anything, we get a
says,
6-pack.
"Hey, come over after."
Come over after. Just that phrase sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Come over after.
just the idea, though, I think of just we have to keep going
Like for instance,
instead of just like calling it.
yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know, like, just there's always another day. Like, just call it now before you either make a mistake or you're disappointed because nothing's going to happen.
That's the 30s wisdom,
Yeah.
right? So that's the wisdom.
Yeah.
But the let's keep this going is the younger.
20s, yeah.
Younger.
Because you can still do it when you're younger,
Yeah.
too.
Like for instance, say we go into BJ's to go drink for the night, right? They don't close on Saturdays until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Which is late for a change.
Which is super late. So normally Clint and I know a lot of people that work there, and then next door to BJ's is Lucille's, which we also know a lot of people that work there. So usually the Lucille servers come over to BJ's before they close, and then it just ends up being like this big group of people all drinking together, and then someone in that group offers up their house like, "Hey, let's take this back to my place," and then that's just how that fucking snowballs into staying out late.
I think just as you get older, that way of living, this is just me talking, is like, I'd rather just sleep.
Yeah,
I'd rather just get 8 hours of
same.
sleep. And
Well, that's
just,
what we're saying. There's no amount of sex. There's no amount of anything. There's no amount of anything that could like make this a good.
Worth it.
Yeah, there's nothing.
maybe if it was like once in a while, like every couple months, that night happens.
That's
Sure.
cool, yeah.
But it's
not
like that every
consistently.
Friday or every weekend, go out and go fucking get trash and like maybe hook up. It's like, this
Yeah.
sounds so unappealing.
I say we did something similar like that, like what, a couple weeks, maybe like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I haven't had the desire to even like go.
Is there
out
anything
since.
memorable about it?
I mean,
to
it
this
was
day?
a fun night, but like nothing
Yeah, nothing
to
No.
brag home about. I mean, it was chill, but you know,
Um,
it's all good.
So we're approaching the end here.
Mm.
Any other questions for our very first guest on the show?
I mean, we could cap it.
Okay.
Start the music.
So thanks for showing everybody. Another episode of the 30s. You can find me on Instagram at Uncle2_Marcus. Then where can they find you?
The _Clinton_show.
And we'll see you guys next time. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here.